The California housing market is hot in many different places, but where there's a lot of affordability is in a little town called Paradise, California, where you can get brand new houses like this one for $315,000. But is it the right purchase? Let's dive in. Okay, so Paradise is obviously a unique market. It went through the campfire of 2018 where thousands of homes are burned up. Literally the whole entire town was basically completely destroyed. Fast forward 6 years later, and here we are, and it has a very interesting market that is going on right now. The neighboring town where I live in, where this channel is based out of, is Chico, California, and the housing market is super hot, especially for entry-level homes. In Chico, housing prices are up 7%. Inventory is tight, but just up the hill in Paradise, it is a completely different story. So one of the key metrics we look in is if it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. Is the market hot or is it cold? Is months supply of inventory. That just means if no new houses came on the market in a certain area, how long would it take for all the houses to sell? This is a month's supply of inventory. If it's below 4, it's definitely a seller's market. It's considered hot. 5 or 6 is kind of a balanced market. Anything over 6, that is a buyer's market and considered a soft market. So Chico right now is 1.8 months of supply for sold inventory. That is crazy low. If we were to look at Oroville, it's a little bit softer, 4.2 months supply. But when we get to Paradise, California, it takes 7.7 months of inventory to sell if no new houses came on the market. Essentially what this says is Paradise is 4 times as soft as the market in Chico just down the road. When we look at the average days on market, it's the same thing. In Chico, the average days on market is 42, and this is heavily buffered by $1 million plus homes, which there's a lot of in Chico, and they take a long time to sell. If we go to Oroville, the days on market is 59, average days on market for a home to sell. But when we look at Paradise, of course, it takes the longest. It is 80 days to sell a home once it hits the market on average. And we're talking an average home price in that market of about $400,000. So if you're looking for a buyer's market, there is no better buyer's market than Paradise, California. When you compare the houses in Chico versus the house in Paradise, it's almost like you could buy a $450,000 house in Paradise. That same house, 15 minutes down the road in Chico, would probably cost you $650,000 to $700,000. That is a serious discount, but there's a reason for it. So one of the reasons why Paradise is so much more affordable than Chico and it's so close together is because of fire insurance. Paradise, it still has many areas that are considered a high fire zone, and so insurance costs can run high. In some pockets, it's pretty normal, $150 a month, but in other places, I've had quotes for homes in Paradise that are more like $800 to $1,000 per month for your fire insurance. So obviously that is going to soften the market a bit. In addition to that, Paradise has not recovered at the speed that most people thought it would recover by. There are still burned out lots. If you drive up Skyway on the main corridor, there's corners and areas that are just, you could tell it was through a fire and it still technically feels like a little bit of a disaster zone. One of the biggest grocery stores, Holiday Market, also went out of business. CVS went out of business. There's some major chains and pharmacies and that kind of thing that just don't have the ability to stay in business with a lower population. So there's not going to be as many options for restaurants or grocery stores or things like that. Another thing that has hindered Paradise's housing market from really coming back to a seller's market is the way they went about rebuilding. It was controversial how they had very flexible building regulations. So it was allowed where you could have a custom home next to a manufactured home or whatever else. Whatever people wanted to build, they were very open to giving permits to manufactured homes, smaller homes next to larger homes, and that kind of a thing. And so some people feel like it kind of made a little bit of a hodgepodge kind of environment in certain streets and certain neighborhoods. So taking all that into consideration, it's just no surprise that houses are going to be at a pretty nice discount compared to the local surrounding areas in Butte County. So at the end of the day, you kind of have to weigh your options. Do I want to be driving up and down Skyway? Is it worth it? A $200,000 discount on a house? That's a pretty good discount. And for a lot of people, it might be worth it totally for the extra costs and gas and time and that kind of thing to really get a larger lot and a brand new house that you're not going to have to worry about repairs and that kind of thing for a long time. Well, if you're interested in exploring that opportunity, go ahead and give us a call. Me or one of my teammates would love to talk you through the idea of possibly relocating to Paradise and getting some of that affordability that market is currently offering right now. And if you found this video helpful and you want more videos about Butte County and the surrounding areas, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, comment, whatever you got to do. We would greatly appreciate it. Thanks.